All right, so welcome to another video. In this episode, we're going to take a look at step-by-step selling calls on NVDA. So I'm going to show you how you can do this process and, in other words, create kind of a weekly or monthly income for yourself through trading the stock. Now, keep in mind, you do need to have a little bit of extra cash, you could say, to be able to trade NVIDIA. It's a little bit more pricey right now, but it's not to say you can't do it. Anyway, let's take a look at some things here when we're looking to sell covered calls. Before we do that, I do want to let you know, if you're really interested in learning how to trade covered calls, check out the website here, tradersfly.com. You can visit this website, and it has a bunch of our courses on there, and we just worked on the wheel strategy not too long ago, so definitely check that out. All right, let's get started on the on NVIDIA. Now right here, I don't have any positions on NVIDIA or any stock. So in order to sell covered calls, one of the first things we need to do is get some stock. So we've got to go ahead and get some stock and purchase it. So that's the first step. So let's go ahead and type in NVIDIA on our platform. So we'll go into the trade tab, type in NVIDIA. We're going to go ahead, buy 100 shares. Now, do we have to do this like this? No, there's an easy way to do it as a combination order that I'll show you in just a minute. Okay, so we'll go in, we'll buy 100 shares. We'll go ahead, switch down 100 shares. Voila, buy, confirm and send. Check it out, send it. Wait for the order to fill. Usually takes a little bit of time, and then boom, you're in. So now I've got this position. I've got 100 shares right there, NVIDIA, 100 shares that I've purchased. Okay, so what's the next step? The next step is to go in and sell a call against it. So we can go to the 2-day. I went to the 2-day right now just to show you a little bit of a faster method of if you're trying to do this every week. You could say, hey, well, you know what? I could sell for $390 right there, or $305, or $290, or $236. So you could choose one of these. But what you're doing when you're selling a covered call, okay, what you're ultimately saying is, I'm pre-selling the stock in advance. By pre-selling it in advance, you're saying, hey, I bought this stock at $455. That's right there. And now I'm looking to sell it at $460, $457, $462. You're looking to sell it at those different prices. Now, if it gets to that price, then you will lose those 100 shares for that price, meaning you've sold it at that price. So you get to profit from the stock, and you get the premium on the option. Now, if it doesn't get there, let's say that stock just goes up $1 right here, it goes to 456 and 68 or 69 cents. Well, you still get the option premium of kind of like collecting rent, $395 if that's the one you sell. So that's the good news. Now, if it goes down, what's the good news? The good news, if it goes down, let's say you lose value on the stock, like right now I'm losing about $28 on it. Well, if I sell this one for $390, well, yes, I do lose some value on the stock, but I'm paying it off with that option premium. So I'll sell the $390 right here. We'll send that in. Boom, fire. And now we've got it. Now this delta is 39, so it cuts the 100 delta for those of you more advanced to maybe about 60. And if we take a look at this position, there it is, 60 delta. Voila! Yay! Okay, so now we've got a covered call position. I got 60 delta, I got 143 theta, so that means this decays fairly quickly. So about $100 a day is what I'm making on it from the decay. Now, if it heads higher, the most I can make is $818. States it right over there, 818. If it stands still, I'm going to make the 390. And if it pulls back, I'll still make the 390. It's just the value of my stock goes down. So how about that for selling covered calls on NVIDIA? Pretty simple process. Yes, I've covered quite a handful of things here, but step one is grab the stock. Step two is go ahead and sell the covered call. And then step three is kind of let it do its thing and decay. Now, we're going to show you how to do this all at once. So I'm going to go in, and how do I go in and just do this at one time? I'm going to go to the 9-day so you can see it. I can't just go right here, and this is Think or Swim specific, and say, hey, at 9 days, I think the stock's going to get to, let's say, 465. I can just right click buy, and this will, well, let me scroll a little bit down here so the menu comes up. Right click buy, and then covered stock, and now I've got 100 and a -1 for the call right there, so I can send that in, and now I will get 200 shares in total, and then this next one will show up and appear right here at the 465. So I'll have the 200 shares, and I'll have another -1 in that area, and that'll give me another covered call. So That's what I would do, and take a look at if you wanted to do it together. If it's not getting filled, right click, cancel and replace. Let's unlock that price. I'll bump it up a little bit and see if we get it filled. And give it a moment. We'll see this 100 change to 200. Let's see if it happens. And then the -1 here, we'll add another one right there. And usually that will set things up. Okay, while we wait for that, I want to show you the other position on NVIDIA. You could do a lot of these calls. Like let's say you have 500 shares. So I've got a bunch of calls sold against my NVIDIA position here on the paper account. So take a look at all these positions. So here's the 500 shares. Okay, so this position's profitable. And then what I'm doing is selling a call against this one. So you can see, oh, there it is, buying the covered, it got filled. I'll show you that in just 1 second. So we're selling a call here, then I sold another call over here, then another call over here. So the more shares you have, the more you could actually, position yourself. And then I also have a put protection that I've got over here. Probably should actually close that down while I'm here. Create a closing order, send that in. Okay. And then I've got this put as well over here that I got in November. Well, let's close that one as well. So, you're managing your inventory as you have these things going. And now I've got NVIDIA here, and there's the 200 shares we talked about, -1 and a -1. So perfect. So that is the setup and construction I've got at those different positions. To show you the expirations, there's the 2 expirations there. And really what we've got going on is now a much better theta. Perfect. All right, so if you really want to learn a lot more about that strategy, wheel strategy, puts, covered calls, check out the wheel strategy. We also have a covered calls course and tons of other great materials. So thank you so much for joining me. Truly appreciate it. Feel free to check out our free webinars at tradingwebinars.co, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks, and take care.